What's up everyone, Keita Adams here with Everything is Relationship, and if you're sitting at home lonely and bored, I'm here to tell you why this time is the best time for dating. About where we used to be to where we are now, the crisis of the coronavirus has opened up a space that will give us our time back. A lot of us are working from home, probably being more productive. We're not really running around having to do a bunch of different activities. So now is the time for you to actually be able to sit and concentrate on your dating life. If you're someone that's been out of the dating game for years and you want to get back in it, or if you're someone who decided that this was the year that you were going to meet the person of your dreams, I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to make sure that happens. Step number 1, do the internal work. And I'm going to give you 3 places where you can look. So the first place to do the internal work are your limiting beliefs. Now, these are things that you believe are 100% true about all relationships. Now, they're called limiting beliefs because these are the things that also keep you from having the relationship of your dreams. So you want to look at, is age an issue? Is race an issue? Do you think that you don't have to do any work and that your partner and the love of your life is just going to show up? You really want to get present to what are these things that have actually gotten in the way of you being able to get in the relationship that you want. The second place you want to look are what I call requirements. A lot of people call these deal breakers. Either way, this is where you're actually going to dig deep and go beyond just a list that you want to create for the person of your dreams. So here's some characteristics of requirements. First things first, they are non-negotiable. These are the things that you absolutely have to have in order to make a relationship work. So you want to ask yourself, if this particular thing, characteristic, trait, event is not present, would I still stay in this relationship? Requirements are also black and white. They're either met or unmet, and they are very subjective, which means that you can't call your sister or your mom and tell them about something in a relationship and decide based on their perspective whether your requirement is met or not. It can only be met by your standard. Third, requirements have a lot of power, whether you know it or not. These are the things that people get divorced over. So if you have to think about it, chances are it's not a requirement and it's more so a need. Lastly, requirements are behavioral events in the relationship, not traits of your partner. So for example, if you value honesty, what does that actually look like in your relationship? How will you be able to measure that? Do you want it to be 100% absolute honesty no matter what? Or is a little white lie okay? And how will you be able to tell the difference? Requirements will require you to be 100% honest with yourself. Do not compromise on these because these are the things that come up later on in life and actually cause a lot of the divorces that we have going on in our country. Now, if you find an exception to any of the things on your list, they're not requirements, they're needs. The last part of doing the internal work is to look at your physical spaces. Is your car clean? Is your home clean? Do you have a lot of things that are kind of cluttered up that you should probably get rid of? Do you still have old things from your exes? You really want to clear out all that space because that opens up space for your partner to show up. Right now is the perfect time for dating because you have an opportunity to step out of your comfort zone. So if you're not on a dating app, get on a dating app. Maybe take a risk on dating someone at a distance, or take a risk of stepping out of your preference and dating someone that's not normally your type. If you are on dating apps, now is the time to ask the serious questions and make meaningful connections, especially since the chances of you meeting in a physical space is slim. So you want to get down to it. What are their requirements and their deal breakers? What are their pet peeves? Maybe ask the question, what are the important lessons that they've learned in previous relationships? All of these things will have you connect on a deeper level.